This ain't gonna be long. This ain't gonna be long. This ain't gonna be long. So, the world needs coochie control. What on heaven's earth could I be talking about? Well, what motivated the video is kind of messed up. I don't know how people would take it. You know what I'm saying? But the more I'm out and about in the world or in the cities that I, frequent, the more the decline of them is starting to become more evident. I can see if we don't move differently, how bad things can get. You know what I'm saying? And by me calling the video what I did, you might assume that I'm saying we need to control women and it's a woman's problem and da 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 da. We need coochie control. This is what I mean by coochie control. Women feel as if it's a right to give birth. And in a sense, obviously, God created us a certain way for a reason. But is it always time or appropriate or smart or in your child's best interest to give birth? Now, I think that's where the control of the coochie needs to come into play. Because I've heard young girls, especially, think that everything is just going to work itself out. I'm having the baby. I don't care what you say, blah, blah, blah. You know? And to the pro-life people that feel like, well, we're not going to kill the baby. I don't know what need to be done, but I'm going to explain to y'all why somebody needs to have control over whether or not a situation, how does I word this? I've got to be super careful around this one. It's just that someone needs to be responsible to manage the amount and to the degree of success or possibility of success that a family should have, man or a woman should have, to bring children in the world. And this is I'm gonna listen. Let me stop beating around the bush. Let me show y'all where I think we're headed if we don't get coochie control. Okay, I'm gonna share a video with you, and I want you to see, with all the other aspects of what's going on in the world, added with just the nonstop uh, production of children with and not having the resources to take care of them. I'm gonna show you where I think we headed. Right? Hold on. Now don't be mad, goddammit. But this is where the fuck I think we headed, y'all. This where the fuck I think we headed, y'all. Not the baby. Not the baby. Not the poor baby. No, not the babies. No. Now look. That's fucked up, y'all. Hold on. Let me stop this whole ass shit. This ain't funny, okay? First of all, this is not a damn joke. All right? I don't want y'all to think that I'm joking. Every time I watch those commercials as a kid, even as a child, I would say, if this particular country has that level of extreme poverty, why on earth are they still giving birth to kids, and so many kids? I knew this as a child. And with the decline of America, with the limited amount of jobs or housing, and with our opioid epidemics and homelessness, we are heading to a place where you're going to see a lot of babies malnutrition and crying. Now, we got a long way to go to get there because we got so much abundance of crappy food. But if the population continues to grow and grow, we will see slum level, the way y'all see our slums, the way y'all see our, Skid Row and our homeless encampments, you will see our country, our major cities looking like that. I don't know if y'all been to New York or Chicago or Arizona. They're fucking dirty. It's starting to get there. And for the people that think that, well, everybody should, that's the rich people starving the people out. Everybody deserves to have food and somewhere to live, and we should be free. Do you know what would happen if we just let land just be occupied by just whoever? Do you know what will happen? There's going to be shit on the ground. And not just garbage, but actual shit on the ground. There's going to be more forest fires and wildfires. You let people just do what the fuck they want to do. The reason why this country is so great is because we have all these things in place to limit freedoms that will impede on everybody. We're a part of a system in this particular country. In other countries that are civilized, you have to have things in place to keep things from getting out of control. The reason why, now I just showed a clip of Africa. I could show you India. I could show you China. I could show you the Philippines. I could show you Brazil. I could show you other places in the world that look the same, that has the same level of extreme poverty. And we are on our motherfucking way. If we keep growing in population, if there's no coochie control, imagine if, just walk down this road with me right now, Section 8 goes away, which it looks like that's the case, or for those that are able-bodied. How many of those able-bodied women had several children and grandma and aunt living in the same Section 8? We're not talking about 3 people on the street. We're not talking about a man, woman, and a child. We're talking about a woman, and 17 motherfucking kids. I should have pulled that video up, but I don't feel like looking for it. There's a video where this family, and I'm going to bring it up another video just so y'all know I ain't bullshitting. This family got kicked out of their Section 8, and they're in a hotel. They're in the extended stay hotel. It was about 2 or 3 males, at least 7 younger girls, and about 3 adult women in one room of an extended stay because they were kicked out. Now imagine if all of the families that fit that description and all of the families that don't. The little hillbilly white girl with the 3 kids and Bubba, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be out. The little Asian that came over here 10 years ago and, on the low getting all the benefits. I'm just saying it's going to be, homelessness is going to look fucking more regular. Just like when you go to look at those other countries, it looks more common to see poor people than rich people. Seeing the rich people is like, oh shit, they got some rich people. Oh shit. That's going to be the thing that's not as normal. But poverty is going to look fucking regular. Shit on the street is going to look regular. When I looked at, I watched a walkthrough video where they was walking through South Bronx. I said, this look fucking filthy. It looked filthy because there's a ridiculous amount of people. Now, if we have freedoms that allowed us to just do whatever, and food was in abundance, and land was in abundance, do you know what would really happen? People would throw food scraps all over the ground. Nobody would pick the shit up because there's no incentive to be a garbage man or pick anything up because everything you're gonna eat. I got everything I need to survive. Why the fuck would I pick shit up? It's gonna become a dirty ass, shitty infested country where everywhere you look, it just looks like ran down, broken down poverty. The reason the society grew like it did and became the way it did they were fixing problems. They said, you know what, we need to, when people used to travel in the 1800s, they didn't have nowhere to stay. They had to make a camp. Somebody said, you know what, I should build an establishment so when they come through this area here, I could rent out some rooms to them and they don't got to sleep in the goddamn woods or whatever. They can sleep out here or they can sleep in my establishment. They can go into the saloon and get a bath, get some food, and get somewhere to sleep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that developed in these countries were fixing the problems of freedom, the problems that people were experiencing when they didn't have a system in place, when they just got to do whatever, when they got to grow and eat food off of trees and shit. The animals even. People are like, man, they should have food and they should plant trees. You should be able to walk down the street and just pick an apple. Well, you can do that if you want to live in certain areas. But if you want to live in a city, if you do that, all you're going to do is bring all the wildlife, all the millions and millions and billions of fucking animals will be in your goddamn city. Then that'll be a problem for you. And maybe the reason there ain't no apple tree in the goddamn downtown is because they had that problem. And they said, man, we can't grow fruit-bearing trees downtown. Who gonna clean up all these goddamn walnuts? Who gonna clean up all these goddamn, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of the things we see and the way we've been living were actually the improvement of how society, developed over time. Now I'm about to show you what a large population can do to a large area. To a large area. It don't gotta be just your simple, hold on, y'all. Let me see. I want to show y'all what a large population can do to a large area if the resources are limited. And then you tell me, is it possible? Then I'm gonna ask y'all some questions in a second. That's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Y'all gotta forgive me. I can't even navigate this shit no more. I've been off so long.
My name is your name, madam.
And don't say it's, that's only over here. That's only over here. No, I can show you this shit all over India. Do you know what's under that trash, y'all? Water.
Look at the meow meow.
Water. If they were to clean all that trash off, it would be water under there. A river almost. So, like whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? But it carries water. And they can walk across the trash on top of water because that's how much it
I live in London.
When you got a bunch of people, no resources, and they just thugging it out. Look at all the kids. Have y'all ever not seen a shitload of kids in all of these type of countries? Even though it looked like that. Now tell me who in their right mind would look outside, see that pile of shit, and say, man, I'm horny than a motherfucker. Man, I'm about to go bust a fat and this little
We have
musty
something
girl
cool
down the
here.
street
What you're
here.
looking at
And we
is
gonna have
the
us a
new
baby. You know what I'm
Speeding's
saying?
home gym. This one.
And you know, and no disrespect to these people,
Photo, I've got it.
but I think that they would
Hello,
feel better
ladies.
if they
Hello.
didn't have large
Hello.
families, if they didn't
Look at the
have,
baby.
you know,
Smell, smell.
I don't know. I don't know how to say it. You know, I'm trying to be careful too, because I have the tendency to say some crazy shit. So I'm trying not to be that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying not to go too crazy with what I say about people, because I don't want to disrespect the people. I just want to give an example of how things can get. Now, India probably in the, let's say, 1800, 1801. I'm sure 1801 India was beautiful. I'm sure there wasn't no trash nowhere. I'm sure, you know, the culture was intact, thriving. All you see how they dress and how they, you know, and all they, you know, I'm sure it was the shit. Then on comes a bunch of people, just population just growing and growing and growing, and it don't take long. So if they were in the hundreds of millions in the 1800s, that's why they are in the billions now. America was about 300 million maybe 10 years ago. I know we pushing 500 million or more. I don't even know. You know, we got to do the numbers. But if we was to hit a billion people in the United States, we would look like India, motherfucker. The reason Nigeria got so much slum, like they got some few areas that's dope, then they got a large amount of slums. It's because they hit a billion. All of the heavily populated places in the world looked like shit. And just think of your average city. The major cities of the United States are some of the nastiest looking shit we got. New York, Cali, well, the parts of Cali, you know what I'm saying? People talk about the weather and shit. And you gotta go to the secluded areas or to the natural areas that are set aside from the people. Anywhere you find the people, you're gonna find some bum shit on the ground. You're gonna find a bum on the ground next to the shit, and it wasn't his shit that's next to him. Somebody else shit in next to him. But he chose to lay there because shit, you know, he trusts that shit more than the shit he saw down the street. I'm just saying. I'm watching the streets pack up with cars, fill up with more and more drivers, more and more people that can't afford a home or a place to live. And we could blame the government, we could blame the economy, we could blame all of that. But it's so much easier to take care of a family of 3, a family of 4 at the very most. And I'm talking about a husband, a wife, and 2 kids. Than you can with this idea that I'm pregnant, I'm happy. Or if she get pregnant, oh well. Or if I get pregnant, oh well. There has to be some level of coochie control. I don't want women to feel like they can't do what's natural, what God made them to do. But can you have enough sense to look outside and say, this is not the time or the place for me to bring a child into the world? And the selfishness of people thinking, well, I deserve to do this. Have you thought about your child? Have you thought about what they might face? Have you thought about what you're about to go to? And then you can't get your all to a child because you realize you fucked up as soon as it comes time to deal with the shit that, you know, can happen. But I ain't never not seen in any slum in any place of the world not be 89% kids and children. Very little men around. That's why all the women become sex workers. Very little men around. Bunch of fucking kids. India is cooked though. I had a homegirl who immigrated from there. She said she said she kissed the ground when she came back to the States. Think about that. When she saw the United States, when she saw North Philly, when she saw North Philadelphia, born and raised, and she saw all them crackheads bending over for most of their days, she said, I'm finna kiss the ground. She trusted our dirty ass North Philly ground. No, I'm just saying she trusted our street. She said, oh my God, it's sparkling. Oh my God, it's clean. It's only 2 layers of spit and piss on this particular slab of concrete. I'm about to kiss this shit. Because where I just came from, you get shit in your mouth just by breathing. It has to be shit fumes. Everything else has fumes. It has to be particles. It has to be shit particles that fly up in the air that you could breathe in a place like that. We all watch the videos where they be cooking and shit. So now listen, a lot of the things that we complain about in America are the things that we did to improve our lifestyles. In the 1800s, they was shitting in outhouses, wiping their ass with corn on the cob. Look this shit up and tell me I'm bullshit. They was using corn cobs to wipe their ass in the 1800s. In America, they was using seashells, and they was using gravel, and they was using almanac book paper. Look this shit up and tell me I'm tripping. So now we at a place that has bathroom facilities, hand washing stations, etc., etc. We, by having a society, we fixed a lot of those problems. That freedom, real freedom, when you got to thug it out, we corrected a lot of those problems. People used to die in the wintertime because there was no emergency services. You understand? So for people walking around here just hating where they at, just hating America so much, all you hating is the idea that you have to participate, motherfucker. You have to be a part of the system. You have to contribute to this system. Is people stealing and is corruption happening? Hell yeah. But same thing with those other countries. You mix the corruption with a overstable population, an unstable population, nothing but disaster after that. Nothing but disaster after that. And then, when that become your lifestyle, become normal. You think them kids was out there playing in that little Indian slum I showed y'all? You think they even thought about it? That shit was normal as hell. Like old girl that came from India here and kissed the ground. She smelled air for the first time. She says, where's the shit? How the fuck where is the shit smell that I've been so accustomed to? Listen, again, no disrespect to the people. Those conditions are horrible, but they're not far-fetched for them happening here. That is Skid Row. That is some homeless encampments, because I've watched videos on that all over the country, because they don't give a fuck. Certain people like that don't care about throwing their trash any fucking where. Don't care about defecating any fucking where. Don't care about laws and rules and contributing to their people around them. It can happen. It can happen. Now, what can we do to prevent it? We don't need every goddamn woman in America to entitle herself to 2 to 3 kids and think that that's just the way to go. You ain't helping yourself. You're not helping your kids. You're not helping nobody else. How about you read the room? The room is saying we need to be very conservative on everything. where we live, how we live, who we live with, how we grow our families. Family planning needs to be number one. Then imagine us, we can have better control over the government and how we being, if we being played or not. When when the system is stressed because there's so many people, so many problems to fix, it's real easy for politicians and people to hide and shuffle and play that three card Monte shit with fixing solutions, or fixing problems and shit. Because they're like, oh, we're dealing with this over here. Oh, we're dealing with this over here. You're like, well, deal with something, motherfucker. You're acting like y'all got all this shit on y'all plate. Pick a problem and fix that, and then we'll move on. Well, there's so many people creating so many problems. You know what I'm saying? And it can continue and get worse and worse. This shit is not. It's not. We're not immune to this being us. China don't have no breaks in their country. Like, we're about a 4,500-year-old country, and we're starting to crumble. The reason India look like that because they've been around so fucking long. They have grown so large. Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? Other places in the world, China, they've been around so long. Their population has grown so much. We're on our way, goddammit. We on our way. And I don't know, man. I get blamed or I get told that I don't have no empathy for people and shit like that. But I feel like the people that just do what they want to do, even if it's going to stress out everyone else and stress out, the society, if I don't got no empathy, you don't have no respect. You don't have no, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. You don't have no concern for nobody else. I'm supposed to empathize with you, a motherfucker who don't give a fuck, that think they can just do whatever and we just got to deal with it. I'm all for people holding their own. If you have a big family and you holding your own, even in the tough times, God bless you. Shout out to you. But there's a lot of people that do not hold their own, and they just do what they want to do. And even those kids that they thought was going to grow up and be hardworking and successful, and because you thought that they were going to be like you. You thought that they were going to grow up and want something out of life. You be lucky if you get a kid out of your group that wants to be something other than a fucking loser, other than somebody who run around here bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is a stupid video, but I get triggered. I get triggered, man. I think if nothing else, we deserve clean city streets, especially if I'm paying all this motherfucking money in taxes. You know what I'm saying? I want clean city streets. I want the park to stay a park. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to become a homeless encampment. Well, what about the homeless? They shouldn't have to be homeless. They don't have to be homeless. They don't have to be. Well, I can't go live with my kids because they got 7 kids. They shouldn't have had 7 motherfucking kids. They could have took grandma in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we got to do better, man. We got to do better, man. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think I'm tripping? Do y'all think we could become the slums of India? Do you think our children can get to the point of starving children in Africa that they used to always try to show us on all them damn commercials? Do you think we could look like the Philippines, where they have garbage pickers that literally go on heaps of garbage to pick up scraps of food, and then they refry the food, and they have like a delicacy in the Philippines where they use the meat that they found off of scraps in the trash. They wash it off and fry it up. Do you think that could be us? Huh? I bet it could be. I bet it will be if we don't fucking do something or stop making things, the wrong things popular. Victor Shaw coming with some facts. Okay, the U.S. is bound for a correction. We have to compete now. Post World War II, the industrialized nations were bombed out and depleted. Okay, is that why places like India look the way they do? Is that what you're telling me? Because a bombed out place, I hate to say it, if you're going to bomb all the infrastructure, you better bomb out some of them goddamn billions of people. Don't forget to hit the people, goddamn it, including here. Shit, if we're going to get rid of some shit, if we're going to let some shit crumble, we're going to have to line some people up too. That's messed up, but I'm just saying. Because it becomes survival at a certain point. Imagine if it's 6 of us on a life raft floating in the ocean, and at one point we realize we cannot sustain sustain the 6 people that's on the life raft. The wiser or the more cutthroat of that group is going to start to look at it. They'll be like, man, we could all thug it out and hope somebody find us, but we've been out of food for 5 days and out of water for 2 or 3. If we dump off 3 of these motherfuckers, if we push 3 of these motherfuckers into this ocean, man, we might get make. I'm just saying we can end up to that point, where it become violent just to survive. You know what I'm saying? Or money is still worth more here. We could use it to move. I mean, I thought about that too. Like, but where do you go where you can, for one, anywhere if we went somewhere in masses, it will also become expensive before you know it. And then now you go into a place that didn't have any systems in play, didn't have a court system to rectify issues. You go to certain countries, you'll have a whole house built and they'll just take your shit. And you have no recourse. Like, wait a minute, motherfucker. They're like, yeah, but we taking this shit. You like, what the fuck? At least in America, you can at least go to court and try to fight for your shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is a good point, CC Moon. She said people love to have a car that's more than half of their salary and they wonder why they are broke. People don't save money. Everything goes on a card. That's a good ass point. Most of the people that I see complaining about what's going on, if you look at their expenses, you say, if I were you feeling the same pressure, I would have not have gotten this particular car, or I would have not have done it this way. I would have done it this way, and I would have extra. I would be okay. I always lived below my means, so I didn't feel pressure. Because I know so much shit just come out of nowhere on my ass where I got to have the money available. So I built my life that way where I make sure I got more than enough. I honestly think people should shoot for half of their income being their bills. Now, I know that's difficult now. Now, anybody young coming into the game now, you got to make 3 times anything just to get a fucking apartment. So I understand where we at now. But then you got to get more creative. I would say the people I fuck with, hey, we're going to get a crib together. And fuck getting a damn apartment. Let's all save. Let's all live with our mamas and them. Save 15 G's a piece. Let's go buy us a little trapper ass crib and fix that bitch up. And we got us a crib. You know what I'm saying? Now, they still got houses like that. Still distressed houses, man. Imagine if you and a few of your homies went and got that hot house, fix that bitch up. Now everybody got a decent place to live. You know what I'm saying? At least till you move to the next stage of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you can get creative. You know, you can get a family together. Like, let's buy a plot of land. Let's throw trailers all over that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you can get creative. Like some what were they? They were like not Indian. They were Arab. I don't know what their ethnicity was, but these Arabs that own this gas station I used to frequent. So I talked to them because they wanted to do cool as hell. I forget his name, but they came over here, bought a 4-family like a unit, like house or whatever. They brought about 7 families over there from where they from. So they all lived in this 4-family crib. So, you know, 4 apartments. But it was a lot of them. And then they owned the gas station. Then a year later, they got the one across the street. Now I'm seeing them in both of the goddamn gas stations. I'm like, y'all own both of these motherfuckers? They have multiple ones. So they was bringing people over, getting the business, bringing people over, putting their family in the business. They all working 14-hour days, 15-hour days and shit. Then they was all living together until they could afford to, okay, now you've been here long enough, saving enough money, now you go get your own crib. And they were just using this first 4-family unit to build up enough money and get stable enough to go branch off on their own. Now I'm sure they had some tax benefits and things like that. But as Black Americans, we got a lot of benefits that we don't realize we could be utilizing. But I'm just saying we need to be creative enough to do that. Bring everybody together like, man, just a launching pad. Let's use this where we cut our costs because everybody chipping in. And as people start to develop and save and get more money, and you just boom, 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 everybody start moving out on their own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, live with family, friends, roommates, make it work. It ain't easy, but if y'all working, if you live with like I live with a lot of people, you know, we have a lot of kids. If they was all at home all day, every day, not doing shit, it would be miserable. The house would look dirty, or it'll constantly be needing some cleaning, or dishes needed to be done. It'll just be constant shit going on. Because everybody got somewhere to be, whether it's school or work, it don't even feel like we got a lot of people living with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody got somewhere to be. Very rarely are all the cars here at once. Very rarely are all the people here at once. Now, mind you, that's just me paying for all this shit. And my wife, you know, what she put down. But imagine if we start taxing these motherfucking kids. The grown ones, at least. Imagine if I took $500 a piece from each kid. They still living as comfortable as they was living when I was paying for it. But they learning to pay bills because I'm taking 5 from them. Let's just say, and I did that from all of them, I would have 0 expenses and could take a little extra and probably put a few aside. And that's with not doing nothing but having them rent their rooms from me. You know, or let's say I took $500 a month for them for a year. You know what I'm saying? And they thinking they paying rent, but I'm just putting it aside. So then in that year come up, here goes 6 G's, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Go get your apartment. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out. You know, I'm just saying there's some creative ways to live better than we live. But one thing to help that is that we ain't just bringing on a bunch of people and constantly thinking that the world is like it was. The world is not like it was. And if we don't stop, it's going to become India very fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even seen it yet. We have not seen the people put out on the street yet. Now, that looks like what's going to happen. And it don't look like that's not going to happen. It looks like the evictions in 2026, we're going to see a different United States. We're going to see a lot of desperation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that looked like yet. But I know when I always watch these other countries, and I'm like, how did it get like this? And not only how did it get like this, why the fuck are there so many kids? Why the fuck ain't nobody taking upon themselves to clean up the goddamn trenches and clean up the goddamn rivers and the little aqueducts or whatever. Why ain't nobody cleaning this shit up? Because there's so many people. There's not enough government services that can even, how do you get enough garbage trucks for a billion people? When your garbage, in your city, your garbage um, services can be behind a little bit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They can take a little second to get to you. You know what I mean? They can struggle. Now imagine trying to keep up the garbage services for billions of people. Shit. I'm just saying, man. We gonna be making that shitty motherfucking soup water and selling that shit on the street too, goddamn. We gonna be making motherfucking cookies with our feet, with our bare feet too, man. It can get real funky out here, man. It's gonna get real funky, literally. And see, I ain't do this yet, CC. She said every grown kid gets bills, Wi-Fi, water, electric, heat. Now, I should be on that because the reason I haven't done that, we getting to that point. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't done that because I felt like everybody got to 21. You got to 21 to graduate high school, go to college, and you should be graduating around that 21st year. And then once you get out here and get you a full-time job, I help you get the fuck out and don't come back. Or you graduate at 18, 19, 17, whatever time, and decide to start working a full-time job right away. Now you got the same amount of years that your brother or sister got in school. You got that to save from your full-time job because you decided to go the job route. You can get the fuck out after 21. So I was trying to keep it funky where everybody got to 21 years to figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But it's starting to look like I'm going to have to be like, man, fuck all that. Y'all not showing me shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that. But then again, too, I'm going to have to fight these niggas because ain't no way you finna give me a couple $100 and then start talking about rights that you have in this motherfucker. You ain't got no rights in my house, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I don't be on that shit. Because I'm going to have to, put belt to ass, man. And they too grown for that. So that means I'm going to be knocking niggas out around this motherfucker. So I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all, I don't want to stay too long, man. This was a weird video because I was just annoyed watching some shit that annoyed me. And I'm like, dude, because I'm still hearing young people talk like, this is what triggered the whole video. It was these girls that was talking about the Section 8 shit and getting kicked out. And I got 4 kids. And don't get me wrong, it is not a racial situation. I can find you a woman of every color talking that same shit, acting as if we are supposed to be giving them or supporting their kids now that they in the jam. And it just don't work like that. It don't. Tracy, what's up, sis? Shout out to Tracy. Tracy be on these people ass, man. She's so fed up with men. She be on niggas ass. I'm like, damn. At least she still showed me favor at the moment. I ain't pissed her off enough yet. But goddamn. But she got her reasons that she fed up. Tracy, you late, but I'm fed up with the mass production of children. I talked about the slums of every country, how they get there, how they end up with 90% kids in that motherfucker, and it's complete. Like, I don't understand. And people talk about how much you paying for like condoms and they can't afford birth control. You got a foot? No, I'm fucking with you. You know how to do a roundhouse kick? What the fuck is going on? No, I'm just talking shit. Let me stop playing, man. Shout out to E Bliss, man. I meant to call you, brother. I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out, bro. I know you do, Tracy. But you call out the ones you need to call out. And I'm calling out the women that I need to call out. There's some women that have 4 or 5 kids that hold it down. got their family in order. They, you know, they doing it good. But there's a lot of people that just have no concern of what their actions is going, what kind of stress it's going to put on society. You know what I'm saying? And the shit getting, I'm tired of seeing it because I'm watching our country and our cities start to just go downhill. And people say they want to leave, but where do you go that ain't already fucked up? And do you think that the places that are not fucked up, you think they're gonna have you? You think they want you there? You're gonna look like the bad news that's coming to fuck up that shit. So I'm just saying, we gotta just move better. And you ain't gotta leave. You move differently, you ain't gotta feel broke. You move differently, you ain't gotta feel like, you know, you can't figure it out. You can't make it. You know, if we move differently, we could, you know, we could take control over the way things are. But you need wise people, you need smart people to do that. And if the population is so, you know, if it's growing too quickly and there's 30, 40 kids per classroom, they're not going to produce intelligent kids. So now we got a bunch of idiots out here. How do you fix policies? How do you fix society? How do you fix the world with a bunch of dumb motherfuckers that just hungry or addicted to things that ain't going to be beneficial to them or nobody else? I'd rather fix the country with a solid, smart 10 million motherfuckers than 500 million dumb motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? We gotta watch this population, man. "50 states, but now there is countries now a part of the U.S." Listen, man. Like I said, the reason I don't like to travel no more, because if you go to most places, you staying on a resort, it's beautiful. They got your little designated area for tourism and shit, and it's beautiful. But once you go to one place, they all look the fucking same. You don't matter where you go in the world, you're like, this look like the same shit I was at over there. Then if you go off the resort and then you start hitting slumland, you like, oh shit, I'm gonna catch motherfucking TB or goddamn MRSA or just breathing in air and shit. You're gonna get E. coli in your nose. I'm just saying, man. I'm finna chill though, y'all. Yeah, we need to do mandatory military service for every 18-year-old. We need to do vasectomies for all young men, and when they can finally afford to raise a family, then they get to reverse it. Birth control for all young women until they can provide a few years of tax returns that put them in a certain tax bracket. I'm just saying we got to do something, y'all, or we're gonna be walking around some really disgusting ass, nasty ass areas because a lot of us are already doing it. Tracy, I think you in Nevada or Vegas area. You know how homelessness is. This shit is getting out of fucking hand. We take care of pregnant homeless people all the time. Like, pray, you bitch, you got time to fuck. Man, look, let me get out of here, man. Now I'm just going to keep going back and forth on this same stuff. Y'all, I wanted to make a video. Just happened to be the one I came up with. Take it for what y'all want to take it for. Thank y'all for pulling up, though, the ones that did. And I'll make my way to the computer soon. Or at least a video, you know what I'm saying? So I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Some of us have been rocking with AP from his Player for Life days right into his evolution to AP for Life. He's still the big homie, just a little older and a lot wiser. The most genuine dude on YouTube, keeping it real. And so many of you contact AP to tell him how much his advice has meant to you over the years. This channel has gotten so much support and love, from comments to likes to subs to shares to donations. All are very much so appreciated, and for those that would like to donate, you can do so via Cash App $AP Family Man, or PayPal AP Family Man. All donations are appreciated and go towards continuing to produce content that is meaningful to the AP for Life fam. We thank you for your cash donations in advance. All relevant links to AP, including his book, Dirty Dirty Minds, are found in the description. Continue to enjoy the show.